If you have ever sent emails to a potential client and haven't heard anything back, then you're probably making one or more of these mistakes. I have been there, and trust me, fixing this has helped me attract so many more clients. Hi, my name is Martin. I'm a freelance photographer from Sweden, and I have been doing freelance photography for 8 years now, and I want to help you take your photography into a side hustle that can make you money. But let's move on to the first mistake that I see straight away, and that is the one that I call the me pitch. All right, let's imagine an email that goes a little like this. Hi, I'm Martin Wikstad. I'm a photographer based in Gothenburg, and I specialize in lifestyle photography. I love working with brands, and I would love to shoot for you. Let me know if you're interested. This is one place where a lot of people go wrong, and that is that they focus the email on themselves. Your potential client doesn't really care about you. They just want to know how you can help them get the results that they want. You need to start thinking of this like a business and think of it from your potential client's perspective. But let's rewrite this email and see if we can make it from your potential client's perspective and where we focus on trying to solve their needs. So let's say we're reaching out to a local sports store. Hi Sportson, I saw your recent campaign and I love how your new cycling apparel looks. I had a few creative ideas that could really elevate your next launch, so let me know if you'd like to see some quick concepts. And the reason why this works is because now you're making it about them and it is not about you anymore. It shows that you know a little bit about their brand and you have seen what they have already done, so you're already giving them some kind of confirmation, but you also give them an example of how you can help them. Number one, stop pitching emails and where you talk only about yourself. They don't really care about that. They want to know how you can help them. So make the email about the potential client. Did you know that you can find how to make good emails and much more in my free branding checklist in the link in the description? It's a checklist that helps you check things off to make sure that you have everything under control to attract new clients. All right, let's move on to mistake number 2 when it comes to emails, and that is sending generic emails. And this is something I know I am definitely guilty of doing myself. I've tried a lot of different cold outreach email tactics, I guess. But let's be honest, do we really think that the best way to pitch someone in a cold outreach is through a generic email like, hey, I'd love to work with you. Let me know if you need any photos. I mean, this just screams that you have sent this exact email to 50, 100, 200 other brands at the same time. And you know what? Clients can smell this from miles away. So try to personalize your email a little bit. Maybe mention something specific about that brand that you are emailing. And number 2, mention past projects that they have done that you really admire, that you think are good, and give them a compliment on something that they have done previously, because this shows that you are invested in their brand and you know about that brand and that you pay attention to them. And then number 3, add a unique idea for them. So try to think of a specific project or a specific concept that would work well for that brand. In the end, you might not do that exact thing, but just writing a short sentence on something you think would work really well for them will highly improve your response rate on emails. All right, and now mistake number 3, and that is not having a good call to action in the end of the email. So do you end your emails with, let me know if you are interested or something similar to that? And in my opinion, that is not the best way of doing it, because this puts a little bit too much effort on them. And if you are targeting, let's say, small business owners or clients in that sort of range, then they are super busy people. They don't have time to sit down and plan and do all of that stuff. So try to make it as easy as possible for them to go to the next step. And the next step is to try to book a call or a meeting with them. So what if we end the email and trying to be a little bit more clear and direct with what we want the next step to be? With, let's say, something like, I'd love to hop on a quick call and go over ideas. Does Tuesday 10:30 or Wednesday 10:30 work? And the reason why this works is because it makes it much easier for them. They can just say, yes, this works. Hopefully they say that, or they say, no, I don't want to, but if they can't on that date, they will probably just say, no, Tuesday 10:30 doesn't work, but would it work at, let's say, 1 p.m? Then you can come back and say, yep, that works, let's book a meeting, and you can send them a meeting link if you're doing an online meeting, or you can go there and you can say, yeah, great, I'll show up at 1 o'clock. But try to make it as easy as possible for the receiver. You are the one that are reaching out to them, so you should be the one in charge of what the next step is going to be. All right, mistake number 4, and that is not showing any proof. Let's have a look at another email with a bad pitch once again. I'm a great photographer and I would love to work with you. All right, I know that might be a little bit too much, but I hope no one is writing like that. Just saying that you're great or just even showing your images are sometimes not enough, because you need proof to show that you can actually deliver the things that you say you can deliver. So this could be a testimonial, this could be a link to your portfolio, or it could just be a short case study. If you have something like, here's an example, I helped post client increase their engagement by 40% with my visuals. Here's a quick look at what we did. So here you are giving an exact example of, this is what I have done and this is the results that we got. I know not all of you are going to have this, but if you do use it, because it gives you much more proof and validation that you can deliver good work that will help them. All right, mistake number 5, and that is sloppy writing and an unprofessional tone in your email. Let's have a look at another bad example. Hey, I would love to shoot some epic pics for you. Let me know if you're interested. I think we could make something sick here. I mean, this looks like a teenager has written it. It's not a business pitch. If your email has spelling mistakes, weird shortenings, and just sounds way too casual, you won't be taken seriously. You need to think of yourself as a business and learn to have a professional tone and a professional presence. So use proper grammar and a professional tone, but this does not mean that you can't sound friendly and have a little bit personality in your email. It just means that you need to make it polished and sound professional. And writing in itself is a super important skill to learn, not just for emails, but for so many different things within your photography business. So if there is one skill I would highly recommend learning, then it is writing. But let's have a look at a better and more professional email. Hey Sportson, I came across your brand and love your recent campaign. I'd love to create visuals that match your style, so let me know if you'd like to see some ideas. So this is very clear, professional, and it is easy to read. But in short, just make sure to write it so that it sounds professional. All right, mistake number 6 is not having a signature at the end of the email. You don't need something super fancy, but I do think that you need a signature at the end of your email. And if you're using Gmail, it's super easy to set up. Just go into your settings and you will find where you can add a signature. Here you can do something like I have done with a picture of me and some links, or you can just have your name and link to your website and portfolio. But I highly recommend having a signature where you link to your portfolio, your website, and having your contact information, so your name, phone number, email address, all of that stuff should exist in your signature. So this is an easy fix. Just go in, add a signature, and make sure that you have a professional looking signature. And now for the last mistake that I see, and I'm just so tired of seeing this mistake happen over and over again, and that is using an unprofessional email address. So please don't use coolguyphotography123@gmail.com or xxbestphotographer@hotmail.com. If you're using an email like this, just stop, because you won't get any work with an email like this. It looks bad, it looks like you're an amateur, it makes you just seem less credible, and it's super easy to ignore, and you might even end up in the spam folder, because some companies have bots that sort of just throw those kind of emails away. So use a professional email with a domain. So for example, have your name at your website.com, or your name at your business name.com or first name at lastname.com, because this will make you instantly look a lot more professional and like a legit actual business, and they will take you much more seriously if you do have a proper email address, which in return just means more replies and more clients and more money. So if you fix all of these mistakes, I can guarantee you that you will have a much higher response rate. And if you want to take things even further, as I said earlier in the video, I have a free branding toolkit checklist for photographers that you can find down below, so that you have the best possibility to land new clients. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check this one out as well, where I share the 5 most common branding mistakes photographers make that stops them from attracting new clients.